The air inside is a thick soup of chalk dust, stale sweat, and pure ego. You can hear the rhythmic, violent melody of the place, the sharp clank of iron plates meeting, and the heavy thud of weights hitting the floor. In 1971, Gold's isn't just a gym, it's a cathedral for the obsessed. It's where human bodies are forged into weapons and statues. There are 37 people in the facility today. Most are lost in the trance of their own reflections, chasing a pump or a record. But tucked away near the bench press, a mountain of a man named Vince Takeda, known to everyone as Vince the Wall, is holding court. Standing 6'4" and weighing a lean 285 pounds, Vince is a professional bodyguard for the Hollywood elite. He doesn't just look the part, he spent 15 years mastering boxing and wrestling. To Vince, strength is a mathematical certainty. If you are bigger and stronger, you win. Period. Vince is in the middle of a sermon, his voice booming over the noise of the gym. He's surrounded by a group of fellow muscle-bound security pros, and today's sermon is about movie fighters. "These Hollywood guys," Vince sneers, his shoulders glistening under the fluorescent lights. "They think choreography is the same as combat. They do these little dances, make high-pitched noises, and people think they're dangerous, but put them in a dark alley with a real man, they'd crumble." One of his buddies pipes up. "What about that Bruce Lee guy? People say he's the real deal." Vince lets out a bark of a laugh. "Lee? The guy from the TV show? He's a $130 soaking wet. I could use him as a warm-up rep on the bench. Size isn't a suggestion in a fight, it's the law." Just as the laughter dies down, the gym door swings open. A slim man walks in. He's wearing basic gray sweats and a white t-shirt. No flashy gear, no entourage. He carries a single towel over his shoulder and moves with a strange liquid grace, like he's sliding through the room rather than walking. He's Asian, looks to be in his early 30s, and compared to the giants in the room, he looks almost fragile. He finds a small patch of floor near the heavy bags and begins to stretch. But these aren't typical gym stretches. They are slow, controlled, and almost hypnotic. Vince spots him immediately. A predatory grin stretches across his face. "Look at this, another kung fu tourist. Probably saw a movie and thinks he can hang with the big dogs. Hey pal, the ballet studio is 3 blocks down. We do real work here." The slim man doesn't flinch. He doesn't look up. He remains entirely centered, as if Vince's voice was nothing more than a passing breeze. That lack of reaction, that total indifference is what sets Vince off. He's used to fear, he's used to submission, but being ignored, that feels like an insult. Vince stands up, a 285-pound wall of muscle, and marches over. He stops just a few feet away, looming over the smaller man. "You deaf? I said get out of here with that dancing. This is a place for serious athletes." The slim man finally straightens up and turns. His eyes are dark and impossibly still. "I am not playing," he says. His voice is quiet, but carries a razor-sharp clarity. "I am training, just as you are." Vince laughs, looking around for approval. "Training? For what? A middle school wrestling match? I'm nearly double your size. I could throw you through that brick wall." You are correct about one thing. Size and strength are important. In a fight between two people with no skill, the bigger one usually wins. It is simple physics. Vince smirks. "Exactly. However," the man continues, "you assume that what you see in movies is the limit of martial arts. That is a dangerous assumption to make." The gym goes dead silent. The radio in the corner is switched off. Everyone is watching. Mike Chen, a regular at Gold's, recognizes the slim man and starts to move forward to warn Vince, but his partner holds him back. "Let it happen," he whispers. "Vince needs this." "Dangerous?" Vince's face turns a deep shade of red. You're threatening me? Listen, I've boxed for 8 years. I've wrestled for 6. I know what reality looks like. My name is Bruce Lee, the man says softly, and I have dedicated my life to the reality of combat, not sport, not performance, actual fighting. Vince doesn't care about the name. To him, it's just the name of an actor. I don't care who you are. I'm twice your size and professionally trained. I'm stronger and tougher than you'll ever be. You are bigger, Bruce concedes. You have worked hard on your muscles, but you understand weightlifting and intimidation, not combat. Those are not the same thing. Vince clenches his fists. You want to prove that? No, Bruce says, and his next words are the ultimate insult to a man like Vince. I do not want to hurt you. Vince snaps. Hurt me? You couldn't hurt me if I let you. He spreads his arms wide, exposing his massive chest and stomach. Go ahead, take your best shot, right here in the solar plexus. I won't move, won't block, won't defend. Let's see your magic against 285 pounds of reality. Bruce Lee looks at the massive target in front of him. He doesn't wind up, he doesn't bounce around, he simply steps closer, stopping exactly 2 feet away. He looks relaxed, almost casual, while Vince stands rigid, his muscles flexed like armor plating. If I do this, will you promise to stop insulting which you do not understand? Deal, Vince sneers. Hit me, little man. Bruce's right hand rises. It's slow, so slow it looks like a joke. But then it stops. For a fraction of a second, Bruce becomes a statue. Every joint in his body, from his heels to his knuckles, aligns into a single kinetic chain. Then it happens. It isn't a swing, it's an explosion. The movement starts in his feet, travels through his hips, and whips through his shoulder. The punch travels no more than 3 inches. The sound isn't a thud, it's a sharp crack, like a whip. Bruce's fist doesn't bounce off Vince's muscles. It sinks, it penetrates deep into the solar plexus, hitting the nerve center behind the muscle. Vince's eyes bulge, his mouth flies open, but no sound comes out. His diaphragm instantly spasms, locking his lungs. The neural shock is so great that his brain temporarily loses contact with his limbs. His arms drop, his knees buckle. The wall collapses. Vince hits the floor on one knee, gasping for air that won't come. His face turns a terrifying shade of purple as he struggles to remember how to breathe. Bruce immediately steps back, watching with a calm, clinical eye. Breathe through your nose, Bruce says gently. Short, small breaths. Your system will reset in 30 seconds. The gym is paralyzed. 27 people just watched a 140-pound man drop a 280-pound giant with a punch that looked like a nudge. Slowly, the air begins to return to Vince's lungs. The agony in his chest recedes, replaced by a deep, radiating ache and a crushing sense of humility. He looks up at Bruce, the arrogance completely gone. What was that? Vince wheezes. It is called the 1-inch punch, Bruce explains, crouching down to Vince's level. You trained your muscles to absorb impact from the outside, but I did not attack your muscles, I attacked your nervous system. You cannot strengthen your nerves with weights. Bruce offers a hand and helps the giant to his feet. You are strong, Vince, but strength without precision is like a powerful engine with a broken transmission. The power is there, but you cannot deliver it. Vince stands shakily. He looks at his own massive hands, then back at Bruce. I've been hit by pro heavyweights. Nothing felt like that. It felt like you hit my soul. I hit the truth, Bruce says with a small smile. Vince didn't just walk away. He asked Bruce to teach him, and Bruce, seeing that the animal's ego had finally been cleared away to make room for a student, agreed. The following Tuesday, Bruce expected a few curious onlookers at his school in Chinatown. Instead, he found 43 people waiting at the door. At the very front of the line was Vince Takeda. We came to learn,
Vince said. Bruce opened the door and gave them the philosophy that would change martial arts forever. Be like water. Water is soft and yielding, but it carves through stone. It adapts to any container. It never breaks. Vince spent the rest of his career not just building his body, but building his mind. He learned that true power isn't about how much you can lift, it's about how perfectly you can flow.